We'll call Marshall County Fiscal Court to order December 18th, 2018. I don't see under guests. Is anybody here from RBS? They were scheduled last meeting, and they contacted us and said they couldn't make it, so they wanted to be on the agenda for today. So I know Craig's out of Owensboro, so I think the biggest question they need, or the issue they needed, was for the court to move on the approving them to put the design to bids for the building with the multi-building facility out at the road department. So I don't know if y'all have any questions on that. If y'all remember, I think what they presented was about a $1.7 million build to rebuild the facility.
How's the it's going to be the corners off there? I mean, how's that all?
I think it was the design. We actually, after our last meeting, speaking with some of the department heads, they had an issue with the corners office where they're currently located. So we pulled the corners office out and just left it for the maintenance, the clerk's office, and 911. The design is the same as far as the space.
Voting machine?
Voting.
Is there in there? Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, secure.
There were several changes that were being proposed about the awnings and the entrances and so forth. We got the new plans where those changes were made?
Are you talking about the corners awning?
No, the whole building, when he was here explaining that, when Craig was here explaining that to us, that he said there's been some changes that have been proposed, and
yeah,
I just haven't seen the changes.
Yeah, in that discussion, that was for the corners. They were going to co-locate with the maintenance, but we've since taken the corners completely out of the design.
But haven't changed the size or anything?
No.
It's all
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say that all that parking or that garage area and all that's still in there, and
Yes.
basically the break rooms and all that's still the same.
Yes. Who we put in there is up to us, but the design is the same.
Is the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still have to go through the maintenance department to get to the restroom, though. They were some concern about that.
Do you got that? I think the concern was in the clerk's office area. There was restrooms in there. Those restrooms are now taken out because we don't have the corner space. So those restrooms will go back into the maintenance. So the clerk's office storage space for the voting machines, there's no bathrooms in there. And that's I think that's what you're talking about, Johnny. Is there were some concerns about that space.
Right.
With the coroner's office being on the maintenance side, they had to move the bathrooms over to the, or we tried to move the bathrooms over into the clerk's office, and it was taking up some of the space.
Is that what Craig was going to explain or show us?
No.
I haven't seen the plan, the new plan.
No,
Do we have a copy of the new plan?
There is no, the design that y'all have seen that was approved by the court is pretty much the same. It's just we're taking out the coroner's office. So the coroner's office taken out, you can go back.
I understand that, but I haven't seen a diagram of since the coroner's office has been taken out. That's what is there a drawing or something that we can look at that shows the realignment of space?
I mean, if you can find the design D, you'll see where you take out the bathroom from the clerk's office. The issue that was on the agenda today was so that RBS can move for the bid advertisement, so that we can find out what they gave a projected dollar amount, about 1.7 million. And obviously we won't know what that true dollar is until the bids come in. The other issue that was discussed was that regulations had changed and the design had to be submitted before the end of the year, and they had done that, so we've got the design submitted before the end of the year, and that way those regulations won't affect the new build. Trying to think of what month that was that we met. While he's looking for that, Brian, I see you here. You want to go ahead? We'll go ahead and jump to Brian, EMS Director for our ambulance service, the bid advertisement for the Striker Power Loads. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How's everybody?
Good.
Good. Well, back in September, we were awarded $52,000 from the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security to purchase Striker Power Loads for 2 of our ambulances. I recently received the finalized contract from the Office of Homeland Security with all the final signatures and all the requirements, giving us the authority to go ahead and begin the purchasing process. So the reason I'm here today is to begin that process and request the court's approval to place a bid, or run the ad to solicit bids.
Motion to approve, running the ad to solicit bids for the new,
Striker Power Loads.
Power Loads.
power loaders.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I know, I've talked to Brian, and I know him and his guys are loving that piece of equipment.
Yeah, we've got, right now we have 2, and the first unit we got, we've had a whole lot of people. They've really praised that piece of equipment. So so we're really fortunate, really excited that to now we'll have, out of our 6 ambulances, we'll have 4 of them outfitted with these, with the power loads. So everybody's excited about that.
Good.
So,
Save their back too, I guess.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the goal anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
All right.
good.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it, Brian. All right, we found that design. Brad's gonna pull it up. Yes. So there's the design that was presented to court.
Where was the proposed corner space?
It's not on there?
Not on there at
Yes.
all.
The corners,
Over in the upper left-hand corner.
if you look at, yeah.
That
So
one's off, right?
if you take what was discussed in court, if you take the corner space out, which that gets rid of the awning that you're talking about, and the bathroom that is in the middle section where the clerk's office is, those bathrooms go back over to where the corner space is at. So that,
Okay.
well, that,
Yeah, I mean, that's going out for bids. I would move that we go ahead and let them go out for bids.
is there a
Second.
second? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Under correspondence, I'm gonna read this. This is a proclamation from the governor regarding the pension. I think that we definitely have to pay attention to this. This was sent out yesterday, proclamation by Matthew Bevin, Governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, To all to whom these presents shall come, whereas active and retired public employees and teachers depend on Kentucky's public pension systems for retirement security, which makes protecting the public pension systems a moral and fiscal imperative. And whereas it is the sole responsibility and authority of the General Assembly under the Kentucky Constitution to enact laws to save our public pension systems, and whereas the General Assembly enacted Senate Bill 151 during the 2018 legislation session to take a step toward protecting Kentucky's public pension systems, which are the worst funded in the nation with an unfunded liability as high as $84 billion. And whereas the Supreme Court of Kentucky has invalidated Senate Bill 151 on the legislative process grounds, and whereas impending credit downgrades based upon the Supreme Court's decision will increase the borrowing costs for the Commonwealth and its counties and cities by tens of millions of dollars, and whereas as a result of the Supreme Court's decision, extraordinary circumstances exist necessitating immediate action by the General Assembly in a special session to save Kentucky's pension system. And whereas the public pension system's unfunded liability represents the single greatest threat to the Commonwealth's fiscal health and imperils the Commonwealth's ability to fund education, health care, and other necessary government services. And whereas experts have advised the Commonwealth that without legislation action, Kentucky's public pension systems will fail in a matter of years. And whereas immediate legislative action is a necessary step toward truly saving Kentucky's public pension systems, proclamation by Governor Bevin, Commonwealth of Kentucky, to all to whom these presents shall come, now therefore, due to the serious problems facing the Commonwealth of Kentucky's public pension systems and the extraordinary need for immediate legislative reform pursuant to the power voted in me by Section 80 of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I, Matthew Bevin, Governor, do hereby issue this proclamation governing the Kentucky General Assembly, an extraordinary session at the seat of government, Frankfort, Kentucky, 8 p.m. Eastern, December 17th, 2018, for the sole purpose of considering legislation regarding the Commonwealth's public employee pension plans. That was done at the Capitol this week. The interesting thing, I think, for us, obviously, with the training that we had just went to last week, we had a session that we went in, which was retirement, to update us on retirement. I know most of the newly elected officials were there, but the concern that I had, that I asked, was we had actually found out in that training that the state Supreme Court had ruled House Bill 151 unconstitutional, where we were at the county's level. We've got to phase in the 12%. We're already 6 months practically into our budget. We've been using the 12% increase, and we didn't have an answer. So we're hoping that the legislation can get this taken care of. I think this is the process, not so much the language or the body of the actual bill, but there's a lot of questions that we have as far as how that's going to affect us in our budget. And I think this is important, that everyone should be paying attention. Legislators should be contacted, and the important thing is to make sure that they resolve this issue. I know that's a big step, but we're standing by to see how this is going to affect us moving forward. So there's a lot of questions that we have that we can't get an answer to, and I just want to bring that to everyone's attention, that it's going to affect everybody once again, and how it's going to affect us, we don't know. We'll move on to old business. Approve the minutes, December 4th meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes, Judge.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We had our public meeting on Old Road, last court meeting, or scheduled meeting. The item today is for the Fiscal Court to make a decision on Old Road with all the information that we had heard. I I know for me, I think there was enough information to, for me to keep it in the county maintenance system. But I think the court needs to move on.
I can certainly move that we take the, I guess, the viewer's recommendation and that would remain in the county system. And I would also say that we needed to have a survey done and try to establish exactly what is a portion of the county and then work as we need to, if a fence needs moving off the right of way or whatever needs to happen, then the
Move the
road to
fence, yes.
continue be in the county system.
Second that motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. As far as the survey, what line of the budget are we gonna pull those funds from?
Do we have a surveying line, or do we have that before and took it out?
No, we haven't had one for surveying.
We do have some reserves
Yeah, I
that,
can pull it from my reserves. I'm probably gonna have to do the same on Sage Lane where we're doing the turnaround there, because I have to have it surveyed too.
You don't need to, I mean, we ought to need to, we don't use them every year, but.
Right, but it'd be a good idea to have it.
We do occasionally have to have a
Right.
survey done on the roadway.
I believe 2,500, 5,000.
That's probably 5,000, but I don't think it'll take that much, but
Yeah, I don't think it will either, but I think 5,000's a good
Okay.
Is that for both or for one?
point for both.
Both?
I would hope.
Yeah,
Okay. Why don't we go ahead and make a motion to pull that out of, is
5,000 from reserves into a survey line item.
there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And I think we've got old business, item C. What this was, I think it's tied in with new business, County Attorney Jeff Edwards. So we were just going to get an update on the last directive from the Fiscal Court was to move on the financing agreement. So if we can just get an update on the financing agreement for the water and wastewater extension for Southwest One.
I have prepared a rough draft of a recommended memorandum of understanding and shared that with council for the city, and I haven't received a response. I think I already also shared it with you, Judge.
Did they meet last night? Did the city council have their meeting last Monday?
I don't know.
Did they discuss? I don't know if they did. They had a meeting. So we don't know if they discussed
No, sir.
financing on them? They didn't? And have they given any discussion or any follow-up on, 'cause you gave that to the city attorney, correct?
Right. I mean, I've been expecting to get an email back with something any day, and I, you know, the holiday hit in there, but during this time, but like I say, I haven't heard anything.
Do we have the MOU, is it as far as the laying out terms or as far as a draft on financial? I know we got to wait for the bids so that we have a more defined number.
Right, and I gave the general numbers as I understood them.
Yeah.
I've talked with you well before that, and when in preparing, I shared it with Josh and just basically outlined that that portion that for the upgrade for the city, which is going to be necessary for the city anyway, that they would be. The intent was they would be responsible for that, and then the county would have to address the rest of it to get those services to Southwest One. That would not put them that would not provide the services throughout Southwest One, that would get it to the property.
Right. And I think there was a timeline, I think Pinnacle has got the contract with United, and I think their timeline is going to start January. We were trying to stay consistent with
Right.
their timeline. Can you reach back out with them today?
I'll follow up.
See if there's any follow-up, because they meet monthly. Is that how the city council meets monthly? So we anticipate they're not going to meet until January as far as an action item. Let's see, we'll go to new business. Bid advertisement for the annual mowing. We can move to,
Yeah, I'd move that we go out, you wanna go out for bids, is that what we want to do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go forward with bids for that annual mowing.
all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. And under new business, we got the Southwest One Industrial Park Engineering proposal from BFW. I'll just read this. This is BFW's proposal. This is going to be for the Phase 1 conceptual map. Item 2 is major subdivision plat. Item 3 is US 641 entry to roadway construction documents. Item 4, bidding. Item 5, construction administration. Item 6, material testing. And summary of the fees is a total of $39,712. Just a note, additional testing required due to undercut of unsuitable soils will be billed at rates. If you agree with these costs, please sign this proposal on the lines provided below.
That was my question. That
We've
was
got the-
Weren't budgeted funds, where's that money coming from?
Well, in the discussion of the line extension, we've got the bids for the wastewater and water line extensions. When we had sat down to discuss the best financial option with Marty Johnson, bonds were discussed, but we know that we're going to have to take a loan or do bonds on this project. Combining these costs in that loan or those bonds was also a discussion, because you've got the lanes that we have to create, the left lane turn off 641, and then you've got the actual entrance into the industrial site. And I know that there's some TV Invest Prep grant dollars that we might be able to get. We can apply for it. But we don't know. I think that's August. Is that right, Josh? When we would find
Frankfurt
out.
dollars that they would want to put forward to this.
It'd be nice.
Laugh, they've got money up
Yeah.
there. They say they don't, but they do.
It'd be nice, yes.
Gotta get it out of them all.
Didn't you hear the proclamation we just read?
Ah, the proclamation. That's gonna be a long-term thing. This is short-term.
I think if dollars do present themselves, I mean, you're talking about a timeline starting January. They're going to be going to construction, and we can group these dollars together on these projects. But then if Invest Prep's approved, then we can use those
And, yeah,
dollars.
I mean, I would move that we move forward with this proposal, because we need to keep this moving forward. But we certainly need to be aware that we need to be looking at always at dollars at the state level and TVA and everywhere else, and I'm sure we will be, but that's, anyway, I would move that we go ahead and move forward.
Second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. New business, E911, new hiring and employee wage change. Good morning, LaDonna.
Good morning, everybody. With the new hire part first, that's for 2 additional part-time workers. The first one is, that you see there, is Anita Areola. The second is Jamie Spears. They have 25 and 26 years respectively. Their rate would be at $15 per hour. And like I said, this is just for part-time personnel. We're a little short in that area when it comes to if we've got someone out sick or something like that. So I'd like to add those 2. And this does not incur any expense as far as going to the academy, anything like that. Jamie Spears has been to the academy and works full-time in Livingston County. I've talked with that director. He has no problem with him working part-time for us. Anita is retired from Waco, Texas, as a supervisor in a very large dispatch center. So I'm lucky to have an opportunity to add her to our mix, if that's a possibility.
New hires. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
LaDonna, are those part-time employees full-time somewhere else or part-time somewhere else? That would,
Jamie Spears is full-time Livingston County.
okay,
Yes. Anita is retired and has no other employment.
okay. Jamie
Yes.
we'll have to pay retirement on, but that would be the only benefit that we'd have to pay retirement on.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, the other 2 are wage increases for 2 current employees. For Rachel Opiola, to increase her pay from $15.17 an hour to $15.50. And for Anita Ford, to increase her pay from $17.60 to $18 even.
Motion to approve those changes.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Treasurer's report.
As of November 30th, 2018, the general fund had a book balance of $1,223,605.53. The road fund, $549,711.64. Jail fund, $354,166.99. Grant fund, $678,280.18. 911 fund, $69,608.01. Occupational tax administrator, $4,286,886.02. ABC fund, $240,959.40. Building inspection, $53,657.83, for a total reporting funds of $7,456,875.60.
Motion to approve treasurer's report, subject to audit.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Appropriations transfer.
I have a few departmental transfers and a couple that are gonna come from reserves. Our maintenance supplies for other county buildings has taken a few big hits. We had a insurance claim in fiscal year 18 that we didn't pay for the repairs until this year. Those were about $3,400, and then we've had another $6,100 from Cummins to maintain and repair the generators at all the other buildings. So those combined took about a $10,000 hit on that line item that we had not expected. So I'm asking to move $7,500 from general fund reserves. Those should not be reoccurring expenses, but those were something that we didn't anticipate. Jail fund, the same way, their maintenance and repairs is running a little over. And so I'm asking to move $5,000 from their reserves into their maintenance line item.
Motion to approve the appropriation transfer.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Payment of the bills.
Motion to pay the bills, Judge.
Second that.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We need to go into executive session for personnel.
Jeff's got something to.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought that was tied in with the Southwest One sewer expansion.
No.
I apologize.
I asked to be placed on the agenda today to, as this will be my last official meeting as county attorney. I've been here since May of 1997, and it's been quite a journey. It's been a lot of fun sitting here looking around, and I guess the only people that were here in May of 97 would have been me, Anita, and Lloyd. But with all that, I just want to thank the people of Marshall County for the opportunity to serve all these years, and to I feel like that we have a tremendous community, and then this court carries out the business for this community, and we just have so many things to be thankful for. We've had lots of highlights, and throughout the time I can remember us filling this room for over the racetrack, over the liquor, and over a bingo hall, at least those 3 times. And you know, as fun and as exciting as that is, there have been lots of sessions that are mind-numbing and that you can almost want to sleep through. But again, I'm just happy to turn the reins over to my worthy assistant. And as of January 31st, as far as the state and county are concerned, I'll be fully retired. So thank you all very much.
Well, congratulations. And we're going to wait a second. Dez is going to get something, so we've got something for you. How many?
So, everybody noticed that we got the right bird on the state flag. Yeah.
We had, how many years, Jeff, total, did you say, that you'll have?
21?
21 on this run. I had 3 from before, 3 or 4.
Well, come up out front. We're going to present this to you. Fellas, why don't y'all come out here? This is your dedication to service. We want to say thank you. This is a simple token of what we can give you for your service. I know a lot of hours, a lot of time. This is something that looks simple, but this is something that we all respect and admire. Someone that puts 21 years of service in. This reads Jeffrey G. Edwards, Marshall County Attorney, 1997 to 2018. Thank you for your dedicated service to Marshall County. Thank you. Thank you. Picture up there. You keep running off that cliff. Now, Brenda, do the vote. You got nowhere to go. We're going to find something to do. All right, we need to go in executive session for personnel.
What about that first item, do we have?
Are y'all from RBS? Markham Engineering, okay.
I didn't know, okay. Motion to go into executive session.
Second, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Go ahead and call Marshall County Fiscal Court back to order. The executive session under personnel was in regards to an employee at a 911, Jathan Brown. The Director had presented information and evidence with several different incidences that have occurred over the course of several different weeks, some of which were in violation of internal policies and Lincoln CIC requirements. And I believe it was the third time this has occurred. So the recommendation was to terminate the employee, and that's the item that's on the agenda.
I move it, we uphold the director's recommendation.
Second that.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Judge.
Second
All
that.
those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.